Now, while Ray's chilling in the corner, we could bring out the Yuki Nagato figure, because we have not forgot about her. And she has the same thing, where it has, like, this thing that makes her not fall off. But it's actually inside, so... we pull her from here, and she has, like, an extra layer of protection. Oof. And there we go. So now you can see her more clearly, and this you do not need. Alright, time to remove her. Ooh. Alright. So it looks like that she is stuck on her stand. Like, it's not an option to get rid of her. Like, if she falls off the stand, she will break. So that's to keep note of, because that's actually really scary. Alright, looking at this figure thoroughly, her hair is accurate to the anime / manga, but the problem is this figure has a lot of problems. But also some pluses too, you could say. So if you look really closely, you can see her eyes, they're very blotchy. And major complaint is you don't entirely know what she's looking at. Like, I don't think her eyes are properly centered. So, you know, is she looking to the left? Is she looking to the right? I have no idea. I feel like that's a major complaint. But you can't really tell, of course, far away, but still, it's a little silly. Actually, if you really look, you can see, like, the added teeth. At certain distances, it looks kind of strange because it looks like a chipmunk tooth. Going down, if you notice her jacket, I feel like in the anime, it looks more black. This one is more brown. Like, not even dark brown. It looks kind of like just like very chocolatey, you could say. And especially it doesn't help how, like, glossy the jacket is. Nothing herself is glossy, just the jacket. Which is a strange thing they added. The book has actually a lot of detail, which is kind of cool. In her book, they actually add her bookmark. You could actually see that little thing right there is actually a bookmark that they added, which is pretty cool. Something weird is, if you look at her hands, I don't know, it's probably just me, but her hands look very baby-like. I don't know. Looking like this, she has little baby hands, which I find a little strange. But it could just be me. It could be just like really small girly hands. Another complaint is if you turn her around. The bottom part is pretty chipped. Like, it looks like it fell. And I feel like it didn't fall. It's just, that's probably just like my luck of buying this particular one. But yeah, right here is like easily chipped off. So if she fell by any chance, it's possible that these completely will dent. Which is a bummer. But the paint on it is actually pretty great. It does the right job. Like, it's pretty symmetrical, you could say. And they added a fold here, which is pretty, it's a nice detail that they added. They really didn't have to. The same thing with her jacket. She has the folds that a regular jacket has. And I think that's pretty great. I think that's really a plus for the figure. Her ribbon, it's really red. It's not that red in the show and glossy, but it's the same glossy they use for the brown. And I think it looks fine. And they were cool enough to add the detail of her belt. I feel like she's one of the... no, never mind. I think all the characters have a belt in their uniform, but that's pretty cool that they added this. If you look fairly closely, there we go. It looks like wind is pushing. That's why, like, she has folds in her skirt and is going up. It looks like, yeah, like she's like outside or something, which is that's kind of a cool pose to do, especially she's holding a book. Like, if you put her in her show, she looks as iconic as Yuki Nagato can get. Looking at her legs, through the camera it looks very golden, but in person it looks great. It looks fine. Paint wise it's great too. Nothing's clipping over. Like, you could definitely tell these are socks if you go down. And to me, the most redeeming factor this figure has is if you go up. Yep, she has undies. And they put enough detail that if you look closely, you can see that she has a little ribbon in her undies, which is pretty funny. And what's it called? Of course, you can't, like, this is all plastic, so you can't move the skirt to get a good or better look. But yeah, it's hidden. It's there. Like, somebody put the detail there. And it doesn't look like it was an easy thing to do because it's like, because this completely covers over it. So I guess when they made the figure, they started like undies first, then overlaid it, which is pretty cool. I think it's a really cool detail that they added. The stand is great. I love how it's an H and it has the SOS Brigade logo on it, which is their club in the show. And I think that's great. I love the stand. I don't like how she's connected to the stand forever and you can't remove her out of it. But the stand gets A+, because, you know, like a lot of stands are just bare bone basic. But I love how they themed it. And if you look in the bottom, you see some copyright stuff. And this figure was made 2007. So a lot of these problems, especially for a cheaper figure, I think it's fine. Because pretty much it's cheap. It came out a long time ago. So of course a lot of figures are not how they used to be. And overall, for the price point, I'm pretty sure at the time this figure was created, it was around $30. And to me, that's not worth it. Unless you're like a diehard Yuki Nagato fan, a Haruhi fan, etc. Or a Sega Prize fan, then I think that's fine. But if you see this figure, I would not go for $30. I got it for $15. I think that's fine. I think that's classic and perfect. Here are these figures together. I think they look pretty great. For the price point of $15 is great. I would honestly, if you saw the Yuki Nagato figure, I would buy it for maybe $20 the most. And for the Rei figure, I think like $25 the most is fine. Here are some size comparisons next to the 2001 NECA Godzilla. Also right next to the SH Figure Arts Godzilla. Next to my first Rei Ayanami figure. Last but not least, the Sailor Moon Crystal Figure Arts. With Rei, I honestly wouldn't mind paying a little more for if you saw her. If she was not 15, if she was like 20 something, maybe like 22, 23, I think that's a fine buy, honestly. I feel like she's a better fine buy than Yuki Nagato because one, I feel like the Rei figure has more detail, and another thing is the Rei figure is bigger and heavier. The Yuki Nagato is light. It feels like she doesn't have heft at all into it, and you can't remove her in the stand and do whatever you want with it. So what do you guys think? Would you like one of these figures in your collection? If so, comment below, and which one is your favorite? Are you Team Rei or Team Nagato? The choice is yours, and I don't judge if you pick the wrong answer. There is a wrong answer. Well, I'll see thee another day. Goodbye. Nice, the review finally finished. If you didn't check out part 1, check out part 1. And I should be doing something else right now, but I have a weird feeling. Probably forgetting about something. But it could be just me.